Hello and welcome to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn and this is the 2022 year ahead reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, and Venus. Please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for post notifications. So Sagittarius, this reading is going to be focused a lot on the Venus aspects in your chart, but also Mercury. The reason for this is that the Lover's card is the tarot card of the year, and it is the ruler of it. Well, it's the tarot representation of Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. And so communication and also our love life and how we interact with other people is going to be playing a huge role in the theme for this year. And so those are the elements that we're going to be looking at. Using the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck by Marcella Kroll, the two cards that came out are Gift and Wealth. I mean, I feel like this is really self-explanatory. So, possibly receiving some financial benefit or getting, some coins. Let's hear what the book says. Gift, a wonderful surprises and unexpected blessings come to you now. Open your arms wide to receive all that this gift has to offer you. Nothing is asked in return, just your enthusiasm upon receiving. Meditate on this when you want a little more cheer in your day. So this is the symbol is of a small present or a surprise package. You are rich on all accounts. Abundance, love, and energetic riches surround you now. Meditate on this symbol to draw more financial prosperity, abundance, and all that you need on the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual planes. This symbol is the Norse symbol for wealth. Coming from the Life Purpose Oracle card, the card that came out for you is Author. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. You've had the thought of writing a book, and this card is a signal that the time is now. This endeavor is part of your life purpose. Although you may not have a fully formed concept in mind, the act of writing will prime the pump and create a flow of ideas. You'll tap into the divine infinite wisdom while writing, which will help you better hear the voice of God and the angels. Most authors pen their books in small time increments, so don't think that you need to retire in order to have the hours to devote to writing. Remember that if you have finished just one page a day in a year, you will have produced a 365-page book. If you need additional confidence in your writing abilities, you can always take classes, join or start a writer's group, or hire an editor. The main point is to write now. And the final cards come from the Romance Angels Oracle deck, again by Doreen Virtue. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. If you desire more romance, first look at yourself in a caring and non-critical way, of course. The more you love who you are, the greater your capacity to feel loved by others. This means trusting yourself to take good care of you, and it may entail becoming very assertive. Don't worry, you can still be very lovable while affirming your boundaries. Perhaps this means spending some time alone instead of in a relationship. During this period, you can delve into introspection to understand the patterns of your love life. Ultimately, you can take responsibility for attracting and agreeing to every relationship you've had. To heal your heart, find the blessings and lessons you've gained from each one. For instance, have you become stronger, more independent, or more patient as a result of your prior partnerships? If so, let everything else from the past go except for the lessons and the love. This card emphasizes the importance of loving yourself first, especially as you prepare for your next relationship or heal the one that you're in. As you gain self-respect, you'll begin attracting more loving people into your life. This will lead to healthy relationships and romances based upon mutual respect. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Your love life needs a healthy infusion of honest communication, according to the romance angels. You've been harboring emotions that are masking your feelings of love. There's still time to heal the situation. However, it will require effort on your part. You may need to initiate an uncomfortable discussion and risk upsetting your partner. In the end, though, this is a necessary move to ensure the health of your relationship. If necessary, schedule an appointment with a counselor to facilitate the discussion. This professional can steer the conversation away from blame and toward resolution. You can also gain support from free groups such as Emotions Anonymous, Codependence Anonymous, or Al Anon. Meetings are held internationally and online, and you can find them through your internet search engine. Whether you communicate with your partner alone or with a neutral third party, your heart-to-heart discussions will result in personal growth. Remember that you can't control another's reactions. You can only be honest about how you feel and know that you will and know what you will and won't accept in a relationship. By sharing your feelings, you stand a much better chance of teaching your partner about your needs instead of suffering silently. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. The romance angel sends you this card to remind you that you have a strong influence upon your love life satisfaction. If you've been complaining or worrying lately, the angels guide you to shift to a more optimistic perspective. Even if you've had your romantic hopes repeatedly dashed, there's still reason to hold the faith that real love can still be yours if you believe it. Today, take action steps to positively manifest the love life you desire. Whether you're single or in a partnership, begin by visualizing yourself as romantically happy and satisfied. See and imagine yourself with a wonderful partner who embodies the qualities that are important to you. Imagine that person appreciating and loving you too. You can write lists and conduct journaling sessions about your feelings, hopes, desires, and intentions. You can also create a dream board with images and phrases related to your love life goals pasted onto a poster board. Daily look at this dream board with positive intent and follow any inner guidance to take actions related to your dreams. Your positive outlook will make you a more physically and energetically attractive person, which will definitely help your relationship with yourself and everyone else too. So when we look at the overall energy for 2022, the cards that came out was the Four of Wands in reverse, Eight of Pentacles, and Three of Pentacles. And so this is really talking about a sense of having a conflict with others and being like in a transitionary period, right? The Four of Wands is in the reverse, is talking about like personal celebrations, not necessarily group celebrations. Typically this card is talking about like stability within a family structure. It could be talking about marriages. It could be talking about celebrations like graduations and things like that. But more, like in a group type of setting. This in the reverse is like talking about like your own personal celebrations and not necessarily being in harmony with other people. This could potentially mean a breakup of some sort, a divorce, a breakup in the reverse. So it does feel like there's like a little bit of instability with this, because coupled with the Four of Wands in reverse, we also have the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. And so, I mean, the energy, even though the card is not there, the energy is of the Five of Pentacles, which is really that type of energy where, you're like out in the cold, you are suffering like a major financial loss. And so even though, like I said, even though the card is not present, the energy is present. And coupled with the Four of Wands, it's really looking like for 2022, you're going to be going through major transitions in terms of, stability in terms of your job and your finances. But particularly, I feel like this is taking place in like a home setting. So where you live might be going through a transition. You might be having a little bit of conflict with the people that you live with, especially if you live with a partner that you're dating or married to. This is something that you should look out for in 2022. So when we look at the full spread for you for this year, the first thing that we notice is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is really talking about planning to make a move, right? Planning to step outside of your comfort zone, to explore new things. You're really thinking about like your long-term career goals, kind of like I said, like with the Four of Wands in reverse is like a personal thing where you're kind of proud of how far you've come, but also kind of looking forward to seeing where you're going. Ultimately, like you're in this space where I feel like you have a lot of decisions that need to be made. And I feel like right now you're trying to really think about what it is that you want to do and planning how to kind of, which path you're going to take, exploring your options, thinking about like what could potentially happen based on whatever decision that you make. And I feel like that's kind of like in the space that you're in. You might want to travel. You might want to, kind of like, like I said, step outside of your comfort zone and go places where you, never have gone before. Some of you might be trying to build a business, an internet-based business, or with the Queen of Cups here, making a decision between two individuals. I feel like due to the fact that we are seeing here the Five of Pentacles, which again, like I said before, was actually a part of the energetic part of the overall energy for the year, that showing up in March. So I feel like there's this idea that you might be stepping away from a relationship to look for something that gives you a little bit more emotional stability. I feel like you're looking for that emotional stability. Now, you could already have somebody in your life who is a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or you could potentially be looking just to deal with, like I said, just the emotional component, someone who is emotionally available, and someone who can give you that, support that you need in terms of transitioning into the life that you're trying to build for yourself. Again, the presence of the Five of Pentacles is here, along with the Knight of Pentacles and the Lovers. The Lovers card, again, like I said before, is the Gemini card, but it's also about Mercury. So this is really about communication. I think the focus here is there's like this energy where instead of focusing on the nature of the relationship, I feel like you're focusing more on the financial aspect of it, on the day-to-day tasks that you have, your responsibilities that you have to take care of. But I don't really feel like there is any you feel fulfilled because of that. It feels like something is missing. In fact, you might be a little bored, right? You might feel stuck in this lover's relationship. Like I said, there could be a Gemini in the mix. It could be a water sign. There's also a Libra in the mix. Cancer, again, is in the mix. But overall, I feel like you're trying to move away from a situation and you're willing to give up your stability due to the fact that you are in a situation where you feel a little stuck. You're feeling bored. It doesn't feel like the right fit for you. And so it's like by April, I feel like you are kind of, like I said, weighing out your options and weighing out the decision about whether or not you should stay or whether or not you should go. By the summertime, so from May to like August, you're in the space where you're really trying to juggle your finances, and you're not moving forward with the Chariot. So by June, you're still stuck, right? But come July, there is the opportunity for something that emotionally fulfilling for you. This is potentially like a relationship, the start of a new relationship. But I think you are kind of being a little bit hesitant about stepping into this, because if you do, like you're kind of like going to be like in the midst of like a third party situation, because you're still where you are, but you are trying to move forward. And I think you're taking the time to really think about the consequences of that and what that'll mean if you leave. I feel like you might have already kind of tipped your toe in there with the Knight of Wands. Like that is a little bit of impulsive energy. It's a little bit of a passionate energy. And I feel like you're kind of like juggling between the two energies, right? Feeling stuck and then feeling passionate and alive. A lot of this, back and forth and feeling stuck and not sure if you want to move forward has a lot to do with your childhood. This could be like a childhood, a repetitive cycle within your family structure, like something that seems to happen a lot, in the relationships that happen within your family. And this might have been something that you're modeling. But you can also feel like you don't want to leave because whomever you are with, you have a child with them. And so your child is kind of keeping you a little bit tied to the situation, even though, you might want to leave. So it feels like you're there out of a sense of duty, a sense of responsibility, but you're not necessarily happy. This opportunity for a new, fresh start in terms of, like I said, this could be like a new relationship that comes. It does come with a lot of drama. The Five of Wands is really like a contentious situation, a lot of fighting, a lot of competition back and forth. And I feel like you just kind of feel a little bit drained by all of that going on. And kind of like taking a little bit of space to really recalibrate and think about what it is that you want to do. Because like I said, right next to that card is a Three of Pentacles in reverse, which is really talking about like third party energy, right? So that is at the root of the conflict that you'll be experiencing. And that is like, again, during the summer months. There's like a double justice situation happening. The Justice card is above, and it's also clarifying the Three of Pentacles, and it's also being clarified by the Nine of Swords. So this whole situation is really kind of leaving you a little bit frustrated, and I feel like you are really losing a lot of sleep about it. Like you're having, you're stressed out, you can't sleep because you really are trying to make the best decision for you, but also for, like I said, if this is because of your child, because of your child. Like I feel like that is at the crux of the situation, and you not necessarily wanting to make a bad choice, wanting to be balanced, wanting to be fair, but also wanting to have what it is that you desire. Coming towards the end of the year, there is a suggestion with the Hamming that you want to wait. Again, there's the Five of Wands again, which is talking about conflict. And then the King of Cups shows up, and then the Star card. You might not necessarily be privy to all the information that's going on. And while there is what looks like a true pair with the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, I think you should kind of wait to see if you do decide to leave, that the person that you are trying to leave with is the right fit for you. Are they emotionally balanced? Are you going to be in an emotionally balanced situation? Because you don't want to leave one situation and then it's like, you're fighting all over again where you do choose to go. And the clarification of the Five of Cups for the Hangman is really saying that there are some things that you might not necessarily be seeing. I feel like when we see the Five of Cups, it's really talking about, there being things that you don't necessarily see, and you're crying over a decision that's already been made, or you're crying over spilled milk. But there is a benefit. I think you just have to shift your perspective a little bit to be able to see that benefit. Ultimately, we have a couple of fives out on the board, and the 5 is, numerically a symbol of change. And so do be prepared that this year is going to be a lot of change in your life, in terms of, like I said, dealing with your romantic situation and trying to make a decision about whether or not you want to be there or whether or not you want to leave. all the things that need to come into your mind when you need to consider what it is that you want to do. Ultimately, the goal is emotional satisfaction. And again, with the cards that came out for the romance angels, there does need to be a sitting down with whomever it is that you are with romantically to really discuss the nature of your relationship, to set boundaries, to say what it is that you need, what it is that you want, because not saying that is causing a lot of anxiety for you. And like I said, feeling overall an overall sense of unhappiness, which is not something that we want. Like, we want to be in a space where we feel emotionally fulfilled, especially in our intimate partner relationships. And so I think you also need to take a look at your childhood influence on how you deal with relationships and how you navigate your personal relationships, because there is something there that needs to be worked out. You should look at talking to someone, a counselor, about the influences of your childhood on your love life and your ability to make decisions about your relationships, and where those impulses or where those issues might come from. So my suggestion is to check out the Lovers card reading. It's up on the YouTube account. It's really going to go over the Lovers card, and because the Lovers card showed up in your reading, I feel like it's something that you should take a look at. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I appreciate you. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below to let me know how this is working out, on what you think about the reading so far. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon.